Good evening everyone and welcome back to the AP Palfs channel. It's AP here. We're just getting ready for the race tonight. I'm not driving tonight due to reasons that I don't really want to disclose on the stream, but we are just waiting for drivers to ready up and then we will get going with tonight's action. Right, good evening everyone and welcome back to the AP Palfs. I am the commentator for tonight's race tonight, so I am in the commentary box, stepping in for Infinite Gamer, who has not turned up again for our race, which is a little bit of a shame. So as you can see, drivers are readying up on the screen. And tonight's race is taking place around the beautiful Albert Park circuit in Australia in Melbourne. Albert Park first hosted F1 in 1996 and 16 turns make up this 5.3 kilometre or 3.2 mile circuit. The race lap record is a 1 minute 24.125 set by Michael Schumacher in 2004 in the absolutely stonking F2004 Ferrari. The entire track is based on public roads. It's a street circuit nature though, with claustrophobic concrete barriers waiting to ruin a driver's race. The track requires total commitment to achieve a good lap time, and there are plenty of places for it to all go very wrong for our drivers tonight, including the tricky high-speed chicane that makes up turns 11 and 12. With 3 DRS overtaking zones, the overtaking should be straightforward, but in reality, around Australia, turn 3 is the only solid overtaking spot. Memorable moments from the track: 1996, Martin Brundle going airborne at turn 3 in the first ever race at Albert Park in the modern era of F1. In 2002, Mark Webber finished 5th in a Minardi on his debut, and to this point in time, an Australian has never finished on the podium at Albert Park. Obviously, 2009, one of my favourite F1 memories, the Brawns rising from the ashes of Toyota and Jenson Button getting his first Albert Park was David Coulthard, where he qualified 11th in 2003. And an interesting fact from the current generation of drivers: Lewis Hamilton has taken every pole position at Australia since 2014, but only converted it to a win in 2015. Every other year he's never won the race. In our APPF1 Constructors and Drivers Championships, in the Constructors Championships, McLaren currently have the lead with 131 points. Red Bull 123, AlphaTauri 108 and Renault 103. In the Drivers' Championships, Scott M89 leads on 174 points. Taylor is in second on 69 and Sonic is in third on 59. Tonight's race is short qualifying, which is 18 minutes, followed by a 28 lap race. And we are going to ride on board with Speedaholic, our newest addition, as we head round the track. Going for our outlap. And here we go then. Tricky turn coming up, shaded, the turning point shaded by the trees. Anyone who's running Elite Assist is going to find that really challenging tonight. And as we head round the Albert Park Lake now, this is the part of the circuit that they're remodelling for next year. This chicane won't exist in November. And there's those lovely concrete barriers that want to suck a driver in. And now we're going to head to the trickiest corner on the circuit, the chicane at 11 and 12. Fast jink left much, and you are going for a visit to Sweeney's best friend, Barrier. And the rest of the lap is fairly straightforward. A nice right-hander, 4th gear, 3rd gear in with race fuel on. The Speedaholic warms up his tyres. We've got lots of drivers on their outlaps at the moment, so we are going to ride on board with Speedaholic as he sets his first qualifying lap time in APPF1. If you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to click the like button, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, help me get to 1,000 subscribers, go ahead. Right, here we go then, our first hot lap of Australia on board with Speedaholic. As we head into turn 1, 4th gear, you can take it in 5th to get a bit more speed through there. Turn 2 is a consequence of turn 1, and here we are heading down into turn 3, which is the single best overtaking opportunity on the circuit. 3rd gear corner, we've had it in 2nd by Speedaholic. turn 4, roll it through into the fast right, which is turn 5. Don't touch either curb, otherwise you're going into the barrier. And here we go, the jink right, 4th gear, Sumo pulling out the way for Speedaholic to go past. As we head through the lap to the chicane, 3rd gear up to 4th gear on the power. Watch that concrete barrier on the outside that just wants to knock your front wing off. And here we go, the most tricky corner on the course here, at full speed, down to 6th, up to 7th if he can. Good, he's taken that nicely on his first lap. It looks like we're on a bit of a banker lap at the moment to make sure we've got a time. Remember, strict corner cutting's turned on for today, and sim damage, so it's a challenging set of circumstances. And Speedaholic is going to come and set his first lap. Oh, he's locked up going into the final corner. That's going to cost him a few tenths, maybe even half a second. Round the final corner, down the long straight, and this is our first qualifying lap to be completed. And that is a 1. We don't have a lap time. That's annoying. Let's have a look for the lap times. Oh, that was his out lap apparently. So here we go. We've got a few drivers on timed laps at the moment. Oh, we have a spinner. Who is... Ethan has retired from qualifying. That Williams was Ethan on the side, so Ethan's fans, unfortunately, Ethan has spun and he looks like he's retired. So currently at the top of the grid we've got Devola in pole with the 121. Vardy's just gone quicker. Here comes Bluey to complete the next lap. It's so hard to follow qualifying. Bluey has qualified in 4th at the moment. Knowing Light pops it in. Have we got any drivers coming round on to complete laps? Here we go then. QB coming round to complete his hot lap. Starry, our only Australian in the grid's going on a 125. QB with a 124.7 taking 8th at the moment. One of the McLarens is coming round, Morella's 121.6, and then Scott has gone fastest with a 20.7. Very fast lap. Got a few boys in the pits now. Aces is on his out lap. Knowing Light has retired. So that's both Williamses out of qualifying. Maybe we'll see that on the stream when we get round the track. But Aces is on his out lap currently, and we've got times being set. First runs are being completed at the moment. Aces taking it easy. Likes to qualify out of sync with all the other runs, so we'll get a decent lap with Aces on board in a minute. Aces currently sits 4th in the championship on 57 points. Looks like he's got traffic in front. No, we've got the racing point of QB in front, just trundling around on his in lap just as Aces hits his out lap. So here we go. Vardy pulling out the way. Well, Taylor up. So currently the top 2 in the championship are pole and in 2nd. Let's see if Aces can do anything about it on his lap. Fuel up to max. Hot lap setting for ERS, and away we go with Aces. As we dive into turn 1. Full commitment needed, otherwise you're going to lose time through the rest of the track. 4th gear up. Oh, is he invalid? Oh, he's very lucky he didn't invalidate that. He nearly took 2 wheels off the track there. He's done well to keep that lap together. Down into turn 3, down to 3rd gear, down to 2nd for Aces. Up to 3rd straight away. 4th, roll it through. On the power, as fast as you can get. Good work. Aces is on a good lap at the moment. See if we can get some lap data. There we go. As he comes round into the... This is another good overtaking spot if you can get alongside someone, but it's risky. The spins are there if you need it. And here we go then. The bit that every driver gets nervous about, 11 and 12. Dives in, good line. Oh, Aces has lost it. Unlucky Aces. That is a tough corner. That puts Aces in a bit of a problem now because those soft tyres are going to be shot. And that is a bit of a concern for him because he's out of kill 2. He can still get 2 runs in, but he's going to have to abandon this lap and get going. See if we can find anyone on a lap at the moment. Looks like we've got a few drivers coming out. We've got Bluey coming out for his second run. Bluey's reserving for me tonight. Don't get disqualified, Bluey, from qualifying by blocking the pit lane. And Louis and Devola are out. Let's ride on board with the Haas boys, shall we? Only going to be slightly biased. We've got Vardy on an outlap as well. Vardy's behind Devola, so they'll be leaving each other gaps before long. So critical round Australia that you don't overheat the tyres on your outlap. If you overheat those tyres, that first corner is impossible. So there's my teammate going round. So current grid is Scott in first, Taylor second, Vardy third, Devola fourth, Morales fifth, Sonic sixth. Knowing Light has retired and is in seventh, so we could see him go down the grid. Sumo's 8th, Tears 9th, Louis 10th, QB is 11th, Starry 12th, the only Australian on the grid. Ghost is 13th, Aces is 14th, Speedaholic is 15th, Ginger is 16th, and Patterson is out of qualifying. So here we go. Come on then, Dave. I'm going to be a little bit biased now. As we build up to Dave's first lap, we've got his lap dealt with. Dave is looking for a time faster than 1:20.9. He's half a second off third place at the moment. So as we build up to Dave's lap, let's hope his tyre temperatures are good. Let's hope he hasn't had much practice this week, so let's see how he gets on. He's got some traffic in front of him. Hopefully they're going to move out the way. And here we go, diving through turn 1. Into 4th on the power. Yes, Dave. Coming up to turn 3, this is where the overtakes happen in the race, at the end of the second DRS zone. Lovely turn in up to 3rd to get on the power nice and early, onto 4th, roll it through the apex. Well done for not invalidating your lap, throw it into the right hander, keep the speed up. Wait for the shade, brake just between 50 and 100 metres there. A little bit of a lock up from Dave's going to cost him a tenth or so there. Round to the part of the track that's being remodelled for next year, down to 3rd, getting on the power nice and early, clip the curbs so you can get so your wheels are straight. And let's see, Dave through 11 and 12, how stable is his setup through turn 11 and 12? Fantastic run through there, don't invalidate that lap, Dave. Oh, he's done well. So he's just got to finish off the lap now. Into sector 3, nice line through that corner is beautiful when you hook it up. You get it a bit wrong, it just goes all wrong. Through the chicane. It looks like he's abandoned his lap there, Dave has. So let's have a look. We got anyone else? We got Taylor on the hot lap at the moment. Taylor's about to start his hot lap, so let's ride on board with Taylor. Second place at the moment. And it looks like Bluey's coming through in the second half. Taylor down to 4th. Really committed through turns 1 and 2. That's going to get him some time back. And as Vardy pops it in pole with a 1:20.5, and Scott in second is now 2 tenths off Vardy. What can Taylor do about that? Can he get higher than the 3rd row? So he's 500ths off pole in his in that sector. Can he find that extra little bit of time through sector 2? Hits the brakes, a little bit of a lock up, that's going to cost him time. Now he needs to get on the power nice and early. Full commitment through that fight, through 11 and 12 to make up that lap time that he's lost with the lock up in 10. Lovely camera angle there of Taylor throwing it through 11 and 12, keeping it on the track. And here we go. Into sector 3. I missed his sector 2 time because I was too busy looking at my phone to see what we've got on there, but Taylor looks like he's kept it solid through sector 3. He's got to get higher, he's got to make up a 10th for second, and he's got to make up at least 3 tenths for pole. What's Taylor going to do? Second place in the championship at the moment, goes, stays 3rd, a little bit off his fastest time. What else have we got on track? Dave is back out on an outlap with 6 minutes to go qualifying. Dave's on his outlap at the moment, and he's 6th on the grid at the moment, no practice, so the Haas boys are doing okay. Sumo's just banged it on 3rd with a 28, so that is a very tight grid at the moment. We've got Vardy in pole with a 1:20.5, Scott in second with a 1:20.7, Sumo a 10th behind. Then Taylor 200ths of a second behind Sumo. Then a bit of a gap to Sonic in 3rd. Yeah, looking for drivers. Sumo's on his cool down lap at the moment. Devola's trying to get somewhere on his outlap. Tier looks... Oh, Taylor's retired. Taylor's retired from the session. Where is Taylor? I have no idea where Taylor is on the track, but he has retired from the session with a 1:28.91 with 5 minutes to go, so we've still got the final runs in qualifying to go. We're going to sit with Dave. He looks like he's going in for another lap after he abandoned his last attempt. He's still got time for 2 runs if he can get through this one. DRS wide open as we head into turn 1. Full commitment required as we go down to 4th gear. Clip the apex. Oh, he's avoided the curves there so he doesn't invalidate. Louis pulled over to let his teammate through. Down into turn 3. We're going to see Dave go down to 2nd gear and switch up to 3rd to kill the revs so he can drive out into turn 4. Roll that car through turn 4. Now get on the power nice and fast. Right-hander. Keep the revs up, keep the speed up. Carry as much speed here. Down to 4th for this one. We want to clip the curves, ride the curves. There we go. A little bit of a lock-up by Dave as we head round the side of the lake. Heading into to turn 9 and 10. Tough chicane. You want to take curb but not too much. Dave's gone safe there with the not hitting the outside curb. As he continues around the lakeside wall, that concrete barrier waiting to suck you in and spit you out. Oh, that's going to put Dave off there. That's going to... Oh, he's done well not to invalidate that lap. Just Scott trying to get out of the way. It's a horrible place to try and get out of the way. Looks like Dave might be abandoning. Yeah, Dave's abandoned. He's going to come in and get a final set on and try and get a run. Greetings, Aaron. Hey, Starry. Hey, Moosey. So drivers, 3 minutes to go. It's now the time to pick when you're coming out. It looks like we've got some action in the Mercedes garage where we've got Aces versus Kings and Starry coming out together. Dave's coming in. Scott is coming in as well, our current pole sitter. Vardy looks like he's on his outlap for his final run. Taking his time on his tyres. Then Ghost has banged it in 2nd in the AlphaTauri reserve. Aaron, you are going to be sacked by Franz Tost as of next week. He's not going to want you back after Ghost put that in 2nd, mate. So, hey, evil mum lady. Welcome to the stream. Right, so we are riding on board with Vardy as he protects his tyres, leading into his final run in qualifying. We're going to have a few drivers. It's going to be fast and furious now as everyone starts trying to get their final runs in. Can anyone get ahead of Scott with his 123? Ghost 124, Vardy 125, Sumo 128, Taylor 128 as well, but retired. So here we go then. So we ride on board with current 5th place in the championship. Well, he's clipped the grass a little bit there on his way through. Shouldn't affect him too much. As he opens up his DRS and gets ready to throw that car into turn 1. No traffic in front of him. He's got beautiful clear air, no distractions, over the curb, on the power. Through turn 2, up to turn 3. Vardy going for pole. Can he get ahead of Scott? Down to 2nd. Oh, he holds it in 2nd a bit longer. Going to roll it down to 3rd. As you can see, drivers use different strategies through turn 3 and 4. Nice and smooth through 5. 6. Oh, great line through 6. Could have used a little bit more curb on the outside there, but doesn't want to risk invalidating his lap. As we come into turn 9 and 10, oh, everyone's struggling with lockups there, but he rides the outside curb to get on the power early to make sure he can get into turn 11 and 12 with maximum speed. As we go up to the braking zone, 190 miles an hour, down to 7th. He's lucky not to invalidate there, stays in 7th. He's had to come off the throttle. That is going to cost Vardy pole. Let's have a look for some other people. Sumo's on his outlap at the moment. Sonic's on an outlap. Dave's on an outlap. Sumo's pulled over to let Starry through. It looks like Starry's on a hot lap, so we're going to ride on board with Starry. He's 2 tenths up on his best time at the moment. That will get him a little bit closer to Speedaholic, our only Australian on the grid. Wakes up nice and early in Australia to come and race with us boys at APPF1. He's probably half asleep. Hopefully he hasn't thrown another shrimp on the barbie yet. Nice line through through the first part of the final sector. Hold fifth. Go on, get on the power. Get on the power. Get on the power. Oh no, Dave has retired from the session. So Dave will be starting 8th at best. Up to 3, up to 4, up to 5. Has Starry improved his time? Looks like he has. A 1:22.3 gets him up, but he's still behind Knowing Light. Aces is on a fast lap as well. Have we got anyone else? Morellas is pulled out. Sumo's just started his final run of qualifying. As the clock counts down to 0, this is now driver's final chance. Can Sumo make up half a second? Oh, he's got good movement, Starry. Well done for getting out of Sumo's way. Sumo keeping it nice and smooth through turn 6. We've got drivers all over the grid on hot laps. We're going to stick with Sumo's run to see if he can make up the time on Scott. A little bit late on the power going through turn 9 and 10. As he heads down to turn 11 and 12, let's see if the game gives us a decent shot. Oh, that's nice. Look at the change of direction in that iPhone. Oh, a little bit of oversteer there. And nearly into the barriers, recovered well and got DRS open. I don't think Sumo's going to improve on his time though with that massive oversteer moment at 12. So easy to do at turn 12 to get oversteer there and just send it into the barrier. So Sumo did incredibly well there to make sure that he didn't end his qualifying there. So as Sumo's comes around, if we see an improvement, I'll be surprised. A little improvement, not enough. So Sumo's finished qualifying. Scott's about to cross the line and takes second with a 1:20.2. Vardy's pitted, so has finished his run. Can we find Ghost? Ghost is not. Ghost has abandoned his run. Sumo's finished, and it looks like qualifying is done. So there we go, viewers. Qualifying is done. So we've got a Vardy in pole on 1:20.2, a Scott in second on a 1:20.243, Ghost in third on a 1:22.78. So less than a tenth separates the top 3. Then we've got a big gap to Sumo in fourth on a 1:20.8. I say a big gap, it's half a second. Then Taylor in fifth, who retired from qualifying. Morella's in sixth on a 1:29, which means the top 6 drivers are all under 1:21, which is incredible. So well done to all those boys. We've got Sonic in 7th, Devola's 8th, Aces is 9th, Tears 10th, Louis 11th, Knowing Light, who also retired, is in 12th, Starry's in 13th, Speedoholic's 14th, QB's 15th, Ginger Prince 16th, and then and Ethan will be rounding off the grid in 17th place after retiring what looked like on his outlap. So the questions we can look forward to answering during the race, obviously with the top 3 drivers very close together, can we get away cleanly, and can we have a good turn 1 with those 3 boys competing together? We've got, what strategy is Ethan going to run? Obviously starting from the back, he's going to have options over tyres. So is Knowing Light, 2 quick drivers who've got options on what they do. Sebastian Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Antonio Giovinazzi have just joined. So as we round off qualifying, we must have drivers still out. So at this point, I don't know what's happening. Thank you, Codemasters, for the glitch. Love a glitch on qualifying. So we are just waiting. How's your day been? How is everyone? Who's on live chat tonight? Hello, Moosey. Do we have any? Who else is on live chat? Is anyone watching tonight? We've got 10 viewers. Come on, come and say hello. Oh, we've got 12 now. So we are just waiting. I don't know what we're waiting for at the moment. I am going to blue just in case. I think the game's glitched and we're waiting for all the drivers to get into the pit lane. Hey, good guy Jace. Hey, Aaron. Thanks, evil mum lady. My first attempt, except I've got no idea what's going on with the game at the moment. No idea what we've got here. Have we? Did Speedaholic get across the line in time? I think Speedaholic got across the line in time for his lap, and he's actually completing his lap, but qualifying should be finished. I don't understand. I'm very confused at the moment. They always say never work with dogs or animals or children, but now we've got a problem here. This looks like a lap. It looks like we're doing a lap here. So I have no idea what's going on at the moment. It appears we've glitched. Just checking with the technical people or the drivers to see if alright, we're going to stick with it for now. The game appears to have glitched in that we haven't got it appears it is broken. Good guy Jace. Sorry. Slip of the tongue, sorry QB. We may have to abandon this and set the grid custom, but then it means guys are going to be able to start on new tyres. Well, this is an interesting turn up on my first commentary. So, here we go. We look like we're finishing. Yes, we're going to have a race tonight. Yes, we're not going to just be stuck watching cars finishing off quali laps. So here we go then. There's our grid. Vardy, followed by Scott, followed by Ghost, followed by Sumo, followed by Taylor, followed by Morales, followed by Speedaholic in his debut in APPF1, followed by Sonic, followed by Devola, followed by Aces vs Kings, followed by Tyr, then my reserve Bluey, then Knowing Light, Starry, QB, Ginger Prince, and rounding off the grid is Ethan, who retired in qualifying. So good luck to all our drivers. It's going to be a really interesting race. I will do my absolute best to keep you up to date with the action without flicking through the cars and giving everyone a bit of a fun time with their eyes. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be a good race. The trick to Australia is patience, and not, especially with sim damage on, where the slightest touch of a car and you're damaging your front wing. Punctures can happen in sim damage as well. And if you have enjoyed the stream tonight, don't forget to click the like button. And we've lost 4 viewers since the game glitched. Aaron, you're going to miss my debut, mate. Right, so 18 seconds till the drivers hit the grid. Drivers will be checking setups and checking fuel loads. Like I said, it's going to be really interesting to see how the guys at the back come through the grid, because overtaking 3 DRS zones should suggest that overtaking is possible on this track, but the reality is it's a track of patience, and if you're not patient, you're going to lose your front wing or you're going to have an incident. Right, so here we go then. Formation lap's underway, and Vardy is leading us off, followed by Scott and Ghost. They all separate by less than a second. So as we're warming up, turn 1 is always a tough one at Australia. Everyone's going full speed in, the slightest touch of the brakes. And there's our predicted pit stop strategy powered by AWS. So if you're doing a 1 stop, it can be soft to hard, or you can do 2 stops, which is soft to medium. I reckon we might see people like Vardy and people like Scott try the 1 stop, but the hards are going to be fairly tired at the end of the race. Some guys at the back might try a more aggressive strategy so they can push harder for the entire race distance. But it's going to be interesting what people have chosen. We are going to just turn some telemetry on so that we've got all the details we need for that. I think I've got everything on I want. So everyone is starting. Oh, hello. So we've got Tier, Bluey, and Starry all on alternate strategies for the start of the race. Ethan in 17th is starting 17th and on the soft tyre, so he'll probably go for the aggressive 2-stop. This is where all the tension mounts. You've done all that hard work in qualifying, you've done all those hours of practice this week, and you're now just waiting for the race to start. So there's our pit stop strategy again as Vardy tries to slow the pace down. He's gone off like a rocket in that start on that formation lap. Needs to make sure he backs the grid up, otherwise his tyres are going to be stone cold. His brakes will be like solid lumps of metal going into turn 1, which is the last thing you want. As we head round, this is where your heart rate goes up to about 180 beats a minute. This is where all that hard work goes, all the week's work that you've been trying your best to find the best strategy, find the best line, be consistent, whether they've raced the AI or they've just been in practice lobbies. This is where it all comes down to, this moment, as they head to the grid and wait for the lights. Final cars lining up on the grid. Good luck to all the drivers tonight. Let's make sure everyone finishes. And here we go. Lights are on. And it's lights out and away we go. It looks like Scott and Vardy have got equal starts. Morales has got off to an absolute banger of a start. He's trying to get on the racing line. As we head into turn 1, Vardy leads, followed by the timing board glitch. It looks like Scott's in second, Ghost is in third. And we've got Taylor's up to third at the moment. Sumo's challenging in the way down. We're going to have action all. As we head through, we've got Aces having a go at Morales. And everyone seems to have got through turn 1. Apparently the Hasses are 1 and 2, which is completely wrong, so we're just waiting for the grid to sort itself out as we get to the end of sector 1. And we have got Vardy followed by Scott. As we head on board with Scott for the lap 1, he's already, the gap's over half a second to Vardy. Vardy's a bit like Vettel, he loves clean air, and when he gets in it, he runs away. Scott taking it easy through there, looks like there's no yellow flags. Taylor in the AlphaTauri following Scott in third. Everyone's locked up going through there on race fuel. Ghost has lost a position, so has Sumo. Sumo looks like he's dropping back from the front 4. We've got Ethan making his way up with his teammate, and he's challenging, knowing light is challenging. Tiered through there. Oh, that's a easy place to go. We're looking for the gaps where they could be, but there's quite big gaps through the field. And here we go then. There's Starry, the Australian, on the grid. Looks like he's going to be facing a challenge by QB any minute now. As QB comes round through the field, gaps are really small between the drivers at the moment. QB having a look at Starry as we go through turn 1. Everyone's just going to be waiting for that DRS to open up at the moment. And as we get to Aces, Aces is on the back of Dave. Thinks better of it, pulls out of the move. He's going to run wide there. And he's going to. Oh, Aces has already got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings on lap 2. Strict corner cutting is horrible around Australia, and the minute you start pushing too hard, it can cost you. As we go with Dave here, predicted pit stops are up again. So soft, we're looking at lap 10 to 12 for the window for hards. I reckon Dave's going to go soft hard. Up at the front, Vardy has got that gap up. It looks like Scott's coming under pressure from the AlphaTauri of Taylor, so the top 2 in the championship are now battling on the road for 2nd and 3rd place. As we come around to finish the 2nd lap, everyone is just praying for DRS at the moment to start getting attacks underway. 3 DRS zones, Everyone wants to open that wing. Everyone's trying to stay within a second at the moment. So when we get DRS, they can start using it. Looks like Starry's had a bit of an incident with QB at the back because they've dropped right down the order. And here we go. DRS is now open. DRS is now enabled. We've got Ghost, the top 4 running together on the track into turn 3. This is where the overtakes are going to start looking like they're going to happen. Looks like Morales is aiming for one of Sumo. Starry's just been given a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Obviously that might be for a wing change. He's had a bit of contact with the barriers. Morales with the lockup going into turn 5, 6 as we come around the track. Gaps are so small at the moment. The pace is high and the pace is even. We've got Taylor coming round. Taylor's going to get his first chance at Scott. Vardy's already cleared off into the distance with one and a half second lead now. Taylor opens that DRS. This really isn't an overtaking spot. It's more trying to just get close and set up for turn 1. But Taylor's gone and locked up. You don't want to lock up there. Now can Taylor get a better run through turn 15 and 16 so he's able to get onto Scott's back. Taylor's going to have to get on with it because he's going to have his teammate Ghost on his back very soon, but it's just going to end up as a DRS train. So there we go. Can Taylor get the run on Scott now into turn 3? This is the best overtaken zone on the track. If he's got some ERS left, he will be able to have a go. He's on 30%. We've got a yellow flag on the circuit. Looks like someone's had an incident. And we've got Ghost following round, sticking with the top 3 quite nicely. Bit of a gap down to Sumo, 1.2. Morello's trying to get up past Sumo to help support his teammate in the battle with the AlphaTauris. Loads of ERS for Morello's, and it looks like Sumo has got a lot left as well. Oh, Morello's looks like we're going to have a go. It's going to the inside. Sumo does, the brick wall that is Sumo does not let Morales through. But now that's compromised Morales' run through there, and Sonic's on the back of him now. We are looking for timings at the moment. It's amazing how it is when you've never done one of these commentaries before. We haven't got any intervals, that's why. I have to wait till lap times are completed. We look like we've got some battles going on down the grid. So here's my reserve Bluey. Trying to hold off Tyr. Looks like Bluey's going to be under a lot of pressure going into the first DRS zone, and as we come around to complete the lap. But Tyr's pulled off him a little bit here. Oh, it's a yellow flag. We've got a full course yellow out. Safety car is out. The safety car is out. Race has been neutralised. I'm not sure what for. It could be debris on the track because every driver's still in the race. So now this is where drivers are now going to start wondering what to do. Do they stay out on their soft tyres? Do they switch to a two-stop? Do the hard tyres go to the end? Probably not from this point. Your best bet, I would say, is probably to extend your soft tyres for a little bit longer. So at the moment, Vardy is going to lose his lead. He's going to lose that 1.5 second gap he had. As everyone moves up to the safety car, this is going to help Aces and Ginger and Speedaholic and Pat and Ethan and Knowing Light. It's going to bunch the field right back up again. Safety car traditionally stays out for sort of, you're looking at 3 to 4 laps for an incident. Because everyone's got to catch up with it, and then the field's got to pick up. So we'll keep an eye out for penalties as well for anyone who breaks the delta. A bit longer to offset the safety car, but we might see some diving into the pit lane to try and get some fresher tyres for the start. Looks like Scott and Vardy are heading into the pits. Let's see what tyres they're going to put on. So this is really going to benefit Bluey on his medium tyres. If all the guys in front of him dive into the pit lane... Oh no, Taylor has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. So we've got tyre changes happening all over the place in the pit lane. Got both AlphaTauris in. But this is, Sonic has stayed out, so Sonic is stretching those soft tyres. This is where strategy is now going to pay. What tyre wear has he got left from that first stint, and can he get a gap big enough towards the end? The person who's benefited the most from this situation is Bluey. Bluey on the medium tyres, my reserve, 5 laps in, running the alternate strategy. Those medium tyres have got at least 6 or 7 laps left in them. And that's going to mean he's got a chance to pull a gap on the hard tyre runners. Ethan's also stayed out on his soft tyres, so he's looking to extend his soft stint. He'll be saving those tyres and hoping they stay hot enough for the restart. And then we've got our previous race leader Vardy, who's now on the hard tyres. We've got Scott on hards, we've got Taylor on hard tyres. Aces versus Kings, who is the master of the alternate strategy, is on the mediums. He's changed his strategy now. He might try and take those mediums to the end. He's done a lot worse before. Ginger Prince is up. He's gone onto the 2-stop for the softs. Sumo's onto hards. He seems to have really lost out in the pit stops there. He must have got blocked in the pit lane. Ghost has lost out in the pit lane, but he's going 2-stopping by the looks of things. Morellas has lost out. Devola's gone onto the hard tyre. Right, safety car is in this lap. Let's get back up with the action. So Sonic takes over the pace of the safety car. We need to wait for the safety car and the green flag before we can start racing again. Everyone hoping they got their tyres and brakes hot enough. The guys on the hard tyres are going to be swearing now. Sonic, the best thing Sonic can do now is slow this right down so that the hard tyres lose their temperature, so that they get an advantage over the hard tyre runners. Here we go then. Oh, we've got Sumo's got a 5-second penalty for collision with Ginger under the safety car. That's going to be Sumo's rear wing gone. Front wing gone, sorry. Right, here we go then. Sonic has slowed it right down. Oh no, Sonic's binned it. Oh no, Sonic's retired on the restart. Oh, Sonic. Oh, Sonic, so let's get back up with the action quickly. Ethan takes the lead. Bluey is now in second place. Ethan trying to stretch that soft stint out, but he's going to get caught up by those hard tyre runners. As we ride on board with Bluey, he's DRSing past, tries to take the outside line, and there we go. Bluey holds second. We've got a bit of chaos behind. Vardy is clearly struggling to warm up these hard tyres, and it's causing a few issues behind us. Oh, Scott's struggling on the hard tyres. Ginger's struggling as well on his soft tyres. It's all chaotic on the safety car restart. Ginger Prince driving nice and clean, letting people through as he's lost his line. But have we got anyone suffered damage in that chaos? We've got yellow flags out. Is there a full safety car? No, it looks like Sumo's pitted. We've got another crash. Ginger Prince has had an off. It looks like he might have touched the grass a little bit too heavily. So all this is doing is benefiting Ethan at the moment. It seems there's a full course yellow because of the mess for Sonic losing it on the safety car restart. But no one can overtake at the moment while this yellow flag's out. And they'll be running to a delta as well. Now this could be a glitch. Oh no, and now Scott has a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So Scott has suffered wing damage and he's now got a 5-second penalty. So obviously the chaos we caught out on the track there when they were trying to get past the other cars on the used soft tyres. So with current race orders, Ethan followed by Bluey, followed by Vardy, followed by Aces, followed by Ghost, followed by Morellas, followed by Devola, followed by Knowing Light, who's made up a lot of positions based on that. It looks like we're suffering with another glitch in the lobby tonight. So we've got Knowing Light, who's made up 5 positions, QB's made up 6, Sumo's down 8, Scott's down 11, Taylor's down 9. So there was a bit of chaos in there, it looks like, and it looks like some people have struggled with their have had wing damage under the safety car restart, but we are still under yellow flags here. We are still under yellow flags, so no one can overtake. Hopefully this glitch isn't going to last for the entire race, because this is ridiculous. The DRS is now enabled. It looks like we're going to be able to... Are we going racing? It looks like we can go racing. So that might just be a glitch on our screen there, folks. So apologise for that. It looks like the drivers are able to go racing. And we've got 3 abreast going into turn 3. Here it goes. Ghost is looking up the inside of Aces. Bluey's lost out there heavily. But he's still running in 5th. Ghost is 4th. Aces is made up 7 places. Is now in 3rd, but he has got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Sorry. Vardy's got himself back up to 2nd. He is probably our net lead at the moment, because Ethan still needs to stop on those soft tyres. Let's have a look at the tyre situation, shall we? Just got to get there. Turn off the telemetry. Here we go. So tyres, soft, hard and medium. I don't know. The advantage Ethan's going to have at the end of the races, he's going to be able, his tyres are going to be a lot fresher, but it just depends on what wear he's got on those soft tyres at the moment. Oh no, Ghost has retired. That could be another safety car. Where can we get a... Oh, there's Ghost's stricken car. Right, we've got a virtual safety car now, so that we've neutralised the race. And what that'll probably mean is that the full course yellow that we had in sector 1, 2 and 3 will disappear. So Ethan has now pitted, and he's using the virtual safety car as a way to get up the grid. Sound strategy by Ethan there to get up the grid, and then the virtual safety car has helped him loads. He's going to go 2 stop for a soft medium, but he's going to be down in 6th, and the pit window is now open for the 2 stop on the medium. So QB's having a good race today. He's made his way up. He's on the hard tyre, so he's on them till the end of the race now. Virtual safety cars are going to help him. He's got Ethan on softs behind him, which is going to create an issue for him. We've got Knowing Light on the mediums, Dave on the hards, Bluey on the mediums, Aces on mediums with penalties. Let's have a look at the penalty situation, shall we? So penalty situation, Aces has got 3 seconds, Morelos has got 3 seconds, QB, oh no, disaster for QB. He's just got a drive through for speeding under the VSC. And we are still on a yellow flag at the moment. And we are now racing. So here we go then. Vardy leads. Aces is 1.3 behind Vardy. Bluey yet to stop. 2 seconds. The Haas boys have benefited a lot from this. Come on, Team Haas. With Bluey up to 3rd, Devola in 4th, but Devola has got Knowing Light right behind him on medium tyres, but quite possibly Knowing Light's looking at having to stop again. So here we go, then is Knowing Light going to have a go at Dave under DRS? Again, full commitment into turn 1. He needs to keep the speed up going through turn 1 so he can take advantage of the DRS into turn 3. Oh no, Knowing Light's lost it! He looks like he's alright though. Yeah, he looks like he's okay. He hasn't lost a wing or a wheel, so he can carry on. That's going to help Dave. Oh, Aces has retired. Aces has hit the wall at the exit of turn 4. Aces is out of the race. That's 4th place in the championship out. So Vardy leads. We've got another safety car. Vardy followed by Bluey, followed by Devola, followed by Knowing Light, followed by Tid. You might see some of the medium runners pit now for hard tyres to go to the end. It's going to be interesting to see what the soft tyre runners do to get on. It's going to be really interesting to see. Starry's got a penalty. Well, this is quite possibly the most chaotic race to keep up with, and my commentary debut. So I hope you're enjoying it, and if you are enjoying it, don't forget to click that like button. Leave us a message in the live chat and I'll try and get back to you whilst we're under the safety car. So we've had 3 retirements now. Sonic retired as under the first safety car restart. Ghost span at turn 14, and then Aces has just retired from the race. at the exit at turn 4. It looks like he got a little bit of oversteer, and we had the grip on the track looks awful today because Knowing Light had his issue. He's in the pits. We've got Tyr getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limits. And it looks like the Haas boys are doing alright. Yep, Louis made his stop. So I can guarantee you one thing. So Ethan is going to have to make another stop. He'll have a better tyres on the restart, and he needs to make a pit stop gap between Devola and Vardy to make sure that he can pit, get a new set of tyres on, because those softs won't go 17 laps. Tyr has left the session as well. So it's a chaotic race here for APPF1 in the APPF1 Championship. We're 12 laps in. We've had 2 safety cars. But like I said at the start, it's a track that requires complete commitment, and those concrete barriers want to suck every driver into them. If you have retired from the session, come into the live chat, let me know what happened. So as the race is neutralised underneath the safety car, we can take a deep breath. You guys can take a deep breath. We've got time penalties still playing a part. We've had multiple retirements. The guys on hard tyres have got to try and keep them warm during this safety car period, because those tyres will go cold very quickly. We've got Ethan on the soft tyres ready for the restart, so he'll probably jump Dave, and he might jump Vardy as well. I got to be careful under the safety car. Watch that braking. QB's got himself up into 4th and he's on the hard tyres, so he's there as of right, and those tyres will go to the end. But he has got a drive-through. Has QB served his drive-through? That is the most... No. So QB can't serve his drive-through under the safety car. So QB is going to have to serve his drive-through probably on the first lap after the safety car goes in. The first racing lap after the safety car's in, he will have to serve that drive-through penalty, and that is going to ruin his race. All that effort to get to 4th, and he's got to drive through. He's going to be sat in his car, in his rig at home, going, "I'm an idiot." And I feel for you. I feel for you, QB. I feel for you, QB. But still got a fighting chance in the race. Right, let's have a look let's see the tyre situation. So Vardy and Devola will take those hards to the end. Ethan is the wild card in this race at the moment on those soft tyres. And we'll have a very good restart. QB has got his drive-through, so that'll give Bluey 4th at the moment. So the Haas boys are doing a great job. Bluey stepping in for me today. So well done to Blue for getting up to 5th already. Morales is on the hard tyres, so he'll be going to the end. Now Taylor might try to, I'm guessing here, 5 laps on the mediums. They're going to be shot at the end of the race, the mediums, but he'll have a good chance of getting to the end on them if he can look after them. Knowing Light on the hards, he'll go to the end, looking to take any advantage of Taylor pitting. Scott's on the mediums, he might be able to get them to the end. Hello G Ghost, mate, I feel for you. You were running so well on the track as well. What happened? Did you get a load of oversteer? As we wait for the race to restart, we've got Vardy in the Red Bull in pole. It looks like he has gone. We are back on the restart. Safety car's in. Vardy's got a great restart. Ethan, Louis has been left behind at the restart, has been caught out. Ethan has missed the opportunity to get past Dave, but he's on those soft tyres. He's locked up there. Dave and Vardy are going to be in a tyre conservation restart, whereas Ethan is definitely going to be pushing those softs hard because he needs to get past Vardy and Dave to take advantage of those soft tyres. If he doesn't get past these two drivers, he can't take advantage of this stint that he's got. Soft tyres will probably go 10 laps. So he's got 6 laps where he needs to build up a lead. Louis is just going to consistently manage his time to the end, but he is going to have pressure from the second McLaren. He is going to have that pressure on him from Morales, who's on the hard tyre. Oh, Morales has got a run on Bluey. Where's the camera angle when you need it? Here we go then, we're going side by side. Can Morales get the move done before turn 11? Yes, he does, and he is through. Let's see if anyone makes the mistake. Scott has been given a time penalty for multiple track limits. So our championship leader at the moment is having a bit of a mare. He's going to just be trying to make his way up through the field at the moment as we all get bunched up again and we start DRS trains. How Ethan has passed Dave now. Ethan has passed Dave and he's going to be chasing after Vardy, but Ethan will have to stop again. Ethan will have to stop again, so this race is not over yet. If he can get past Vardy, he's got a great chance of extending the gap, but every lap he's stuck behind Vardy, he's not extending that gap. And he's going to have to stop again. Possibly they'll have to go onto the medium tyre as well because he started on the soft. So the gap to Dave grows. Morales is chasing down Dave at the moment. Morales seems to have a lot of pace at this point in the race. And we look like Bluey, a little bit of lock up there into turn 6. Louis has got Taylor for company here. Taylor has a look into turn 9 and 10. Taylor's going to be lining this up on those medium tyres. He's hoping those mediums go to the end. But he looks like he hasn't got as good a run as Bluey out of the turn 10. And into turn 11 we go left. We jink right. We hold on to the rear end. And we're pushing now DRS wide open for Taylor. Has he got DRS? No. We're not. So Taylor is looking for the run. What's Taylor's ERS situation? He's got 32%. Louis got a lot more ERS than Taylor. So as we come around the final corner, the DRS is enabled this lap. So Louis needs to get on with it now. Otherwise Taylor's going to be coming for him. We have a yellow flag in sector 3. We have a spin. Looks like QB is spun. Looks like Ginger Prince may have retired as well. Ginger Prince, let's have a look. There he is. He's hit the curb too hard on turn 11 and 12 and he's in the barrier there. So we've got a virtual safety car again. Now, who can take advantage of this? It's unfortunate for Ethan. Time. We've got Dave, we've got Morales. Morales looks like he's jumped Dave on the restart. He's caught Dave napping there. Yeah, Morales has caught Dave napping on the restart and has overtaken him. Timed that to perfection. Currently, Ethan has got a 3.5 second gap to third place. It's not enough at the moment. He needs to keep pushing. He needs to get these soft tyres as far as he can. Fair enough, Ghost. So Ethan needs to get past because he's got to make that second pit stop and he's got to time this well. He needs to get past Vardy. If he doesn't get past Vardy, he's going to get caught out. He's going to get backed into the midfield on his pit stop. Morales has now got time penalties. So if Dave can stay close to him, Dave doesn't need to overtake Morales. He just needs to stay with him. Ghost, it's unfortunate when you get a racing incident where you've done so well with your lane TC. Ethan's had a massive snap of oversteer at turn 4. That's what happened to Aces when he retired. Vardy's extended his gap now. Are those soft tyres starting to run out for Ethan? So Morales leads the McLaren charge in what is effectively second place at the moment. Dave's on 11 lap olds hards. Taylor's trying to catch up to the party on his mediums and trying to just nurse them home and save something for the battle that's inevitably going to happen. The big story here is, when does Ethan pit? When does he pit on those softs? He's got to try and get this gap bigger so that when he gets when he gets into the pit lane and he has to take that 20-second effective penalty, at the moment he's going to drop right down the field if he can't get past Vardy. I would say Vardy's holding him up a little bit at the moment. And this is the problem with Australia. This is where frustrations can happen. Because Ethan's going to be desperate to get past Vardy. He has to clear him to start breaking a gap, but he can't. He hasn't got any overtake left. Vardy's got 90%. So Vardy's just nursing that at the moment. Just driving to conserve his tyres. We've got a Sector 3 yellow flag. It looks like Starry's gone round. Starry has gone round. The native Australian has gone round. It looks like we're going to not see an Australian on the podium again. Let's have a look for the battles on the track at the moment. We've got Scott. Oh, here we go. So we've got No In Light on the hards. We've got Scott on the mediums. And we've got Sumo on 10 lap old hard tyres. Sumo's going to try and take them to the end. That's going to be a real challenge for you, Sumo. Good luck to you, mate. Getting those hard tyres nearly 20 laps. There's a good battle building here between No In Light, Scott and Sumo. We've got Taylor, who's closed right up on the back of Dave as well. Sumo's got a 3-second time penalty for track limits. As we go into turn 1. Oh, this is a great battle now. Let's ride on board with Taylor as he gets DRS on Dave's hard tyres. Sweeps to the outside. Dave fights for the inside line. Oh, Taylor's a little bit wide there, but great overtake by Taylor. Dave's immediately looking to fight back. But Taylor's mediums look good, but the Haas boys are doing well in 5th and 6th at the moment. They are the highest placed team. So that's going to do good for the constructors. Ethan has a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so Ethan has pitted on 8 lap old softs. That 5-second penalty is not going to help him for speeding in the pit lane. He's gone onto the mediums. He might be able to fight back with them, but it's not worked out with that 5-second penalty. Dave's trying to stay with Taylor. There's quite big gaps now. The biggest battle on the field is this one here. We've got No In Light, Sumo and Scott all battling together. No In Light's in the Williams, Scott's in the McLaren, our championship leader, and Sumo is in the Renault. And this is where, as I said at the start, patience is key round Australia. If you aren't patient round Australia, you will retire and you will crash. This track loves impatient drivers because it just sends them to the concrete wall. So the race has calmed down a little bit now. Just this is the main battle on the track at the moment. Looks like they're going to be stuck in a bit of a DRS train as well. But Scott's going to be having a look in a minute. No, thinks better of it going into turn 13, sorry. Tier picks up another penalty for multiple warnings. Ethan has got another penalty as well. Ethan's going to have 6 seconds worth of penalties now. And here we go then, Scott coming around onto the start finish straight behind No In Light. Mediums and hards at the same number of laps old. Scott will surely have a bit of a look if he can get close enough through turn 1. Oh, he's locked up into turn 1. He's going to lose his drive. We've got another spinner in sector 3. Tier has spun it in sector 3. Looks like he's kept his front wing. Let's look for damage when we get a camera angle. Oh no, he's lost his front wing. He's lost his end plates, lost his right side end plates. He's going to have to pit because this track will shred tyres and he's not going to have to turn in for the faster corners, right? Scott has time penalties, so that benefit. So Knowing Light has got the advantage at the moment because Scott's got 3 seconds, Sumo's got 3 seconds. Oh no, Sumo's gone a little bit wide there. So that's emptied that gap up a bit, opened that gap up again. Knowing Light's got the advantage. Bluey, Dave haven't got penalties. Dave's on 14 lap old hard tyres. I hope they go to the end, mate. Vardy looks like he's opened that gap up to Morales. Morales has got time penalties. Let's have a look at what penalties Morales has got. So Morales has got 3 seconds of penalty. So if Taylor can stay within 3 seconds of Morales, he's going to get a big jump on Scott in the championship standings. At the moment, Taylor would go top of the championship. So Taylor just needs to hold station and finish the race off and get to the end. Let's have a look at positions. So at the moment, it's looking like Knowing Light will be getting driver of the day, making up 8 places. Ethan's also made up 8 places, but he's not the higher finishing driver. Let's turn off this for a bit. There isn't much happening on the foots. We've got Bluey. Knowing Light has just got past Bluey, and Scott is now behind Bluey. Bluey seems to be really struggling at this point on his hard tyres. So there's the gaps to the leader on the screen at the moment. So race is stretching out a little bit. Knowing Light looks like he's got some good pace at the moment. He might actually take Dave as well. Oh, big lockups into turn 9. It's going to sacrifice your line through there into turn 10. Ethan's got a big gap that time. It's a shame, he was running in second. But that's the importance of qualifying in Australia for you. Right, Sumo is now on the back of Scott, and these two are having a bit of a ding-dong again. So Sumo's got the pace today on the hard tyres. Just hasn't got... He's got the time penalties to concede with, but this is an on-track battle. Time penalties won't decide this at the moment. It looks like, though, that Dave is starting to struggle on those hard tyres. Let's have a look at the tyre rating. Yeah, Dave's on 15-lap-old hards. If there's any man on this grid who knows how to bring tyres home, it's Dave. It looks like Taylor's getting a gap now because he's making those mediums last with 7 laps to go. But Knowing Light's got 6 lap younger tyres than Dave, and that's... Oh, Bluey's off! Bluey's off. He's overdone it into the pit, into turn 3, and that's put him down to 8th. Got a big gap to Ethan though, so he should be safe there. Just bring it home, Bluey. So Scott and Sumo move up a position because of Bluey outbraking himself into turn 3. Dave is desperately trying to bring this car home with Knowing Light right behind him. If you have enjoyed my first live stream commentary, don't forget to click the like button and hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Oh, hello, Knowing Light has now got penalties. So that means that Dave is at the Dave has got an advantage here. Dave hasn't got a time penalty. Everyone behind him has. So Dave can relax a little bit, and he just needs to keep with Knowing Light or keep Knowing Light slightly behind him. As we know, overtaking is so difficult in Australia. Dave just needs to keep him. Just keep Knowing Light behind him and not let him gain for 3 seconds, and Dave's on 4th place. And then we've got this big train of cars behind Dave at the moment. Big battle here for Devola to hold on, but they've all got time penalties. Scott's picked up 6 seconds, so at the moment it's advantage Sumo and Knowing Light. Great driving by all 4 of these guys to keep it nice and clean when there's less than a second between you. Great driving. So as we go around with Knowing Light in the Williams, Dave will be sweating now. Dave will be sweating an awful lot. If anything, this might help it might help Bluey catch up. That's the one thing it will help. So as Dave comes round, he's pulled a second on Knowing Light now. Knowing Light looks like he's under a lot of pressure. And Sumo's got past Scott. Obviously Sumo's got 3 seconds, Scott's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. Scott wants that position back almost immediately going into turn 15. Oh, and Knowing Light looks like he's had a bit of oversteer there and he's lost out on that battle. But remember, Scott's got 6 seconds of penalties, Knowing Light's got 3, so if he can stick close he can still take advantage of it. So it looks like Dave has survived the onslaught. And as long as he can keep those tyres going for another 5 laps, he's going to be in a position where he can take advantage of it. It looks like Tier is on the back of Starry here. Let's have a look at this battle here. We haven't got a lot else going on other than Scott versus Sumo. So we'll stick with this battle for now, give Tier and Starry a bit of coverage. As Tier comes round in the second Red Bull, his teammates leading the race by 6 seconds. Tier's battling with Starry for some points paying positions. He's got a decent run on Starry there. Is he going to... Oh, a little bit of oversteer. got on the ERS a bit too early. And he goes forward. Oh, are we going in? Oh, that's great racing by both of them. Knowing Light picks up another time penalty. Tear's still behind Starry, but that's going to wait for another lap now. So it's still got the battle for 5th going on, but obviously it's neutralised a little bit by the time penalties. So it's advantage Sumo at the moment. Scott's got 6, Knowing Light's got 6. Ethan's picked up 8 seconds worth of penalties now. It shouldn't make a difference to his finishing position. And Sumo is trying to close up on Dave, but obviously Dave hasn't got a penalty yet. So Sumo will have to get past Dave and create a 3-second gap in 4 laps. Which is very challenging around Australia with used tyres. Oh, we've got Tyr having a go at Starry again. Here we go. Oh, that's great racing by both of them. I thought that was going to lead to an incident. It's great driving by both these two, by the Mercedes and the Red Bull. Starry's gone a little bit wide there. Tyr's held off the accelerator. Starry runs wide. That's going to affect his drive. Tyr should get this done now under DRS. Looks like he's got it done. Yes, he has, and he's going to get a second lot of DRS now. Oh, but Starry's got a fantastic drive off the last corner, off turn 2, sorry. But without that DRS, it's going to be difficult for him. As Tyr goes defensive, takes the track away from Starry, and keeps it. Right, let's see what we've got. So, we've got an interesting... Oh, we've got a sector 3 yellow flag. Someone has spun. Knowing Light has spun again on those old tyres. So Ethan's going to take 8th. But with 8, and Knowing Light's gone down to 9th. Those hard tyres must be shot to pieces. But here we go then. This is the battle for 2nd we've got going on now. So Vardy's checked out. 6.5 second lead. Morales is 3 seconds ahead of Taylor just, but he's got a 3-second time penalty. So at the moment his lead is 4 thousandths of a second. Can Taylor stay within 3 seconds and steal 2nd off Morales with the time penalty? Sumo and Scott have got past Dave. Dave's really struggling on those old hard tyres now. 20 laps on them he's done. It looks like Bluey's going to catch him as well. The Haas boys are stretching out the hard tyres as long as they can. It looks like Sumo's got past. Now Dave just needs to stay within 6 seconds of Scott. The gap's big already. Scott's pulled away. Dave must really be struggling on those hard tyres at the moment. And even Bluey's gone past Dave. Now Dave is struggling. Has Dave got wing damage? That's Bluey. It looks like Dave might have some wing damage. Dave's got wing damage. Dave's lost his front wing somewhere. He's gone in for... He's gone in, yeah, he's lost his front end plates. Dave's had an incident somewhere on the track. And he's lost out on positions there. So Bluey becomes the lead Haas driver. But here we're looking at this battle at the moment for 2nd on the grid. Taylor is just within 3 seconds of Morales. As soon as that, it looks like Bluey's got, if Bluey can close the gap a little bit more to Scott, he's guaranteed 5th place at the moment. 2 laps to go. Scott is going to be pushing hard to make sure he can break that, make up the time on Bluey for those time penalties. Bluey needs to push. Bluey needs to push for 5th place. And we've got Taylor. He's got 4 tenths up now on Morales. So Taylor's made those medium tyres last. And it looks like if he keeps it all clean and tidy, he's going to be getting 2nd place from Morales. And then Sumo has got 8 second back. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Oh, that's a spin for Dave on the soft tyres. Oh, it's all gone a bit wrong for Dave there. Starry picks up a penalty, but we've got a sector 2 yellow flag as well. I can't see, because that's Dave. That is a Tier having a spin, and Devola's gone down again. Oh, it's just turning into a nightmare for him today. So Morales has picked up his pace at the front, and he's broken. He's got a 3-second gap to Taylor now. So Taylor needs to find 0.2 of a second in a lap and a half to finish in second place on the grid. Hey Bushy Ants, welcome to my first ever commentary. We've got a sector 3 yellow flag, which I won't chase for now. So the gaps are evening up a bit. Scott is trying to close up on Sumo for a bit of a battle at the end. Knowing Light sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:23.6. In what has been one of the most eventful races with APPF1. Eventful up and down the grid. 2 safety cars. Oh, that was a glitch in the. So as we come round, the gaps are widening. There's no one's in DRS range of each other. So let's ride on board with Vardy for the final lap of the race. He has got that. He's fantastic qualifying, a fantastic start. He's kept his head when he was under pressure from Ethan on the soft tyres after the first safety car, and he has managed to get himself a 6.5 second lead, and while others have cracked behind him, he has managed to keep his head, pull away, and just drive a nice steady race by himself. So we'll give him a bit of coverage so we can enjoy his lap of glory at the end. There isn't really a lot else happening on the track at the moment, so we will give Vardy his moment in the sunshine. We've ignored him most of the race because he's checked out. So he comes round through the final sectors for the final time. As he comes through turn 14, turn 15 for the final time. The spin on the outside, looks like Starry. He comes round to take the checkered flag, and that is Vardy winning in Australia. Congratulations to Vardy, solid qualifying, solid race performance. Looks like Morales has come home in second, Taylor in third, Sumo's coming home in fourth, Scott in fifth. So it looks like Scott will just about retain the championship lead. He's only lost 2 points on the scoring system for APPF1. Bluey home in sixth for the Haas boys. Thanks for covering for me tonight, Bluey. Hope to be back in Monza. Ethan gets another 5-second time penalty for an unserved penalty. So the Williams boys have recovered from a bad qualifying to get home in 7th and 8th. Dave is coming home in 9th. He's the last driver out on the track at the moment. And as Dave finishes off his race and comes round. Thanks Evil Mum Lady. Thanks Integrity. Glad you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like button. Click the like button if you enjoyed the commentary tonight. And as Dave comes round, my Haas teammate, to finish the race. And that is all the drivers across the line for round 5 of the APPF1 Championship, live from Albert Park on this Friday night. And driver of the day, I'm going to assume is going to be knowing. Oh, it's Ethan. So Ethan, who gets driver of the day. And we will just confirm all the final results for you, bar any incidents that are reported to stewards. There's Vardy enjoying his podium alongside Morales and alongside Taylor. So that's going to help Vardy get up in the standings. Vardy will be on 76 points. Big jump after that win. And we will just have a look to see, to confirm all the final results after all the tonight. Hopefully I didn't talk too much. So final results confirmed for you. In first place we have Vardy. Second place we have Morales in the McLaren. third, Taylor in the AlphaTauri, Sumo in fourth in the Renault, Scott in fifth in the McLaren, Louis in sixth in the Haas, reserving for me tonight. Ethan up from 17th place to 7th, a fantastic drive from Ethan, well done to him. Knowing Light up from 13th, so the Williams boys have brought the car home. Devola in 9th, Starry in 10th, QB 11th, Tier 12th, Speedaholic DNF, Ginger Prince DNF'd, Aces DNF'd, and Ghost and Sonic DNF. So there we go, confirmed race results from tonight's APPF1 round 5 at the Australian Grand Prix. Next week, next Friday, we're all back once again, back on the track for Monza, which is round 6, the Temple of Speed. So I will stay on for a little bit if anyone wants to say anything or leave a comment for me to reply to. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I didn't talk too much. It's always the risk when you do a commentary that you end up over talking. So as the guys leave the lobby, I'll stay online for a little bit longer. Don't forget to leave a like button. Thanks, good guy Jace. Appreciate that. You had a good race until you got your drive-through under the virtual safety car. You did a great job. You were up to 6th, weren't you, at one point? And you just got that drive-through, which was a shame. So, any other comments? Please don't forget to leave a like button. My first ever commentary. Mate, I was gutted for you because you were right up there and you had a decent tyre on as well, didn't you? That happens. That happens on the pressure of the race. But good driving, QB. Well done, mate. Any other comments? Everyone's left. It's like the party's ended. I'm the only person left. Well, if there's no other comments, I will say good night to you, and thanks a lot. Thanks, Starry, appreciate that. Thanks for the comment. Thank you, Starry. Thanks, Integrity. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching it back. I hope I caught your races. It's a shame we didn't get an Australian on the podium, Starry. Break the duck at Australia. Integrity Gaming just leaving a comment. Brilliant. Thanks for that, mate. Anything else? Any other comments? I quite enjoyed that race. Chaotic, but it was good. Star, it would have been great if the scenes if you'd got on the podium, mate, in Australia. The crowd would have been running wild on the track. You'd be drinking your Fosters, and everyone would be really happy. Right, no others? Alright guys, right, well, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed my first attempt at commentary. Hopefully next week I'll be able to, we'll be back on this channel, but I'll be driving a car next week, but we'll see how we get on with my recovery before I commit to that next week. A shoey for sure if Starry podium. You'd have to put the video on the Discord for that. I think we'd all be doing a shoey if Starry got on the podium. That'd be brilliant. It's like Ricardo's got his bet with Zach Brown, isn't it? To if he gets a podium for McLaren, he gets to drive the Dale Earnhardt car. But if Starry gets a podium, we've all got to do a shoey. That'd be brilliant. Good night, Evil Mum Lady. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I've got Taylor whispering in my ear at the moment. You can't hear him on the stream, but I've got this Essex accent in my ear at the moment. It's like having a producer telling you what to say. So by the power of modern technology, Taylor is talking to me at the moment. So anyway, I'll leave it there. A huge thank you to everyone who's watched tonight, and I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Hope you enjoyed the race. Hopefully I'll be back next week in my Haas car alongside Dave, but thanks to Bluey for reserving for me tonight, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks. My name's AP, and I'll see you all very, 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 very soon. Thanks a lot. Good night. Bye bye bye.